Hey guys, Travis here. I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately because I've been pretty busy. Not to mention I've been sick. But yeah, new look, new haircut, new beard. Today I want to talk about something a little bit heavy, but I feel that it's a topic that everybody could agree with. It's a topic about when a person reaches their end and finds their spirituality. Um, I have a lot of I have a lot of people, well, not friends. I mean, I barely got any friends at all. But I got a lot of people in my life that are faithful to other faiths and are atheists. I always felt that atheists are they've either gone through a tremendous blow in their life that they don't really want to um, believe because of such a tragic event. I know a family who went through such a horrible tragedy just before Christmas, and they lost not one, not two, but three loved ones, but they still keep their faith, and that's the sign of a brave family. I respect everybody's opinion. In this day and age, it's easier to post something on Facebook, and there's one on there about a man who a picture of a brand new prosthetic that's pretty much like something out of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and it said on there, God's not going to heal this man's prosthetic, science is, and stuff like that. Science and faith are not enemies. They never have. And you know what? The evolution of faith has gone on a long way now, especially my faith, the Catholic faith. Our Pope is very liberal minded, and that's what I love about it. In order to be faithful, we got to not be so judgmental, and we got to be not so rock headed and dinosaur age thinking. Um, do I hope that atheists find faith? Certainly hope they do. Because really in my life, faith is the only thing that's really kept me going. Um, there have been a couple of incidents in my life that I've questioned God, but it took real bravery for to say, you know what, if it's your will, then who am I to judge? But I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. When my time comes, I don't want to question whether or not I'm going to go to heaven. I'll be scared. But the one thing that gives me faith and gives me hope, there were two events where people knew they were dying, and they were settled with it. The Ultimate Warrior was one. He was a professional wrestler, a very famous professional wrestler in the 80s and the 90s. And at WrestleMania weekend last year, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. And he went around to every single one of the guys, Hulk Hogan, Jake Snake Roberts, Scott Hall. Guys that, everybody thought he had heat with, had problems with, and he apologized, and they apologized, and it just closure. It's like Warrior wanted all this closure because he knew he was going to die. The next day on Raw, he gave this wonderful speech about how every man breathes their final breath and their hearts beat their final beat. It was spooky how he did it, but it's like he knew he was dying, and then literally a day after, his own kids and his wife, God bless the three of them, had to witness him die. But it's like Warrior knew he was going to die. And he was at peace with it. Another incident was my grandfather. He passed away in 2005. And when my family was going to go to the hospital to see him, because the nurse said he wasn't breathing right, my grandfather was fighting cancer. And the nurse held his hand and said, Mr. Walsh, you want to hold off because your family's coming. And my grandfather just looked at her and said, thanks for everything, my love, but I gotta go. He knew that he had to go, and God was calling towards him. Things like that really put me into a faithful atmosphere. It's not about religion. It's about having personal faith. You don't have to belong to a certain religious organization. I mean, there have been a lot of Christians, so-called Christians, that have done horrible things. There have been a lot of so-called Muslims that have done horrible things. And there have been a lot of atheists that have done horrible things. I mean, you know, if anybody thinks that atheism is the source of peace, then, you know, God bless you. But there's just certain things that I want all the atheists out there who watch this. I'm not bashing you. I just want you to stop and think. Science will get us away on this earth, but faith is what's going to get us to the end and beyond. I'm Travis Walsh. That's the way it is.